let's take this scenario. Suppose I want to extract the department of these person's name from this table. This is my table 1, which contains of 135 rows of data, and this is table 2, which contains of 7 rows of data, and I need to pull my department for these persons from this data set. Okay, what I'm trying to do, basically I'm trying to extract information from one table to the other. Whenever we need to extract information, whenever I need to do extraction, whenever we do extraction, we use Vlookup, Hlookup or index. These three functions are basically used for extraction. Vlookup and Hlookup are extraction based on reference value. They need a reference value. While index is position based extraction. Index is position based extraction. Okay, these two work for reference value and this is position based extraction. What do I mean by reference value? Suppose I tell you I want Carson's department. I want Carson's department. So Carson becomes the reference value for me. It is a reference value. That means I need to go and find this value in my main table. That for Carson I need this department. Okay. And what do I mean by index or position based extraction? Suppose I tell you I need the department of the 4th person. I need a department of the 4th person in this table. So I will go to the 4th person, I'll find Ileana, and I'll find Ileana in this table and give the department. Okay. So if I tell, when I need a position based extraction, I used index, and when I need a reference value extraction, we use Vlookup and Hlookup. Okay. So let's see how does Vlookup work. First thing we'll need to look is the arguments of Vlookup. So if you type Vlookup, can you see first is the lookup value. First we say is the lookup value. So first thing is lookup value. What do I mean by lookup value? As I told you, it is the reference value. Now where should my lookup value be? It should be in the second table or it should be in the first table. Where should my lookup value be? The lookup value should always be in the second table. It should always be in the second table, in the table in which you want to populate, in the table in which you want to extract the information. Okay, because if I had to give my lookup value in this table only, if I had to find Carson from here, I could have found marketing also. I could have found a department of Carson also. Then that's a manual work. Okay, so lookup value does not ever be in this the main table. It is always in the table which you want to populate. So lookup value is the reference value. It is the reference value and always in the table in which you want to populate. Want to populate or extract information. This is very important. You should not only know the function, but you should always know the arguments, how they work. If you do not know the arguments, then there's no use of using the function. You should know your arguments well. Okay. Then next argument is, what is the next argument? It is, let's see, the next argument becomes table array. The next argument is table array. It is table array. What do I mean by table array? If I tell you I want Vlookup, I want to look up the department of Carson. This is my lookup value. I told you it will always be in the table I want to populate, and I want a table array. Will this be my table array? This entire table. Will this be my table array? from name, age, salary, department, everything from here till down. This will be my table array. No, it will not be my table array. Table array is the main table. It is the main table, but VLOOKUP, there is a constraint on this table array. It is a part of the table array. We can say main table or part of the main table, in which the first column is of the lookup value. That means here if I do a VLOOKUP and I do Carson here, so my first column should be of the name and not from the ID. It should be from name. It should be from the B column, because this is a constraint on the table array. This is a constraint. The table array should start with the column of the lookup value. This is a very important constraint. If you do not give that, the answer will not work for VLOOKUP. Okay. This is the lookup value. Then we come to main table or part of the table array, which the first column is of the lookup value. Okay. Then I have next is column index number. So what is column index number? What is column index number? It is the number of the column from which we want to extract. It is the number of the columns which we want to extract the information. Okay, and who's the number depends on what? The number is obviously dependent on the table array and not on the main table. Number of the column is dependent on the table array and not on the main table. Okay. We can increase the size. Okay. Let's come. So if I tell you I want to find the lookup value, say VLOOKUP, and I want to do a lookup value of Carson in the table array of this entire table. No, not from ID, it will be from first name. Okay. And please do not forget to fix your value, because you will be dragging it down. It is very important to use referencing. If you all don't use referencing, then VLOOKUP will not work correctly. You will not get values. Okay, you will not get correct values from the data. So VLOOKUP, and then we have the column index number. What will I give for the column index number? What will the column index number of department? It will be 1, 2, 3. It will be 3. Third column is of department in my table array. It will not be 4. You will not count it from ID, but it will be counted from the first name from my table array. Okay, so it will be 3. And then is range lookup. Can you see the range lookup shows you true and true is for approximate match and false is for exact match. False work for 0 also. I want an exact match. And if I do, see, I get marketing for Carson, which is this. You see, Carson is marketing. Okay, this is how we do. And if I pull these values, I get the values for all. Carson, John, Finnegan, Eliana, Madeline, Christy, Martina. I will get values for all. Okay, I will get values for each and every data set. But let me first explain you what is range lookup. Since we have done all the arguments, again range lookup can also take two values. Range lookup. What is range lookup? It is an optimality tool. Range lookup is optimality tool. Okay, it can take values. It can take values true, which is 1, and false, which is 0. Okay, now true will work for approximate match. True works for approximate match. We'll show you how does approximate match works. It is approximate match, and false is exact match. It is 90% of the times in Excel, or maybe you can say 95% also, but generally we work with an exact match in Excel, which is 0. Like this, we always want the exact match. But there are sometimes conditions given to us that we have to work with an approximate match. So you should know. Now approximate match, see, if you go to your Vlookup here only, let's go to this formula, and let's see if I go to my Vlookup here, and if you see here, and an approximate match comes up, can you see? The values in the column, first column, the table array must be sorted in ascending order. So it must be sorted in ascending order. That means here your approximate match will work only for numbers. It will work for numbers only, because only numbers can be sorted in ascending order. And Vlookup can identify it, while exact match will work for both numbers and text. Okay, so we have to remember that for approximate match, our first column should always be in ascending order, then only will it work. Okay, so this was Vlookup. Let's see the arguments now, how we have used. It is Vlookup, then our cell F3, the lookup value, I need to find it for Carson. Then my table array. Now my table array should start from the lookup value column. It will not start from the ID column. It will not start from this first column, but it will start from my lookup value column. And then department, which is the third column from my table array. If my table array is this, department is the third column, and I need an exact match, which is 0. Okay, this was Vlookup. If you understand Vlookup, HLookup is exactly the same. Vlookup is for vertical lookup, when my values are vertically situated in the table. Vlookup is vertical lookup, when my values are vertically situated in the table. Can you see my names were situated vertically? So I used a Vlookup. And if the names were kept horizontally, I would have used a HLookup. If the names are kept horizontally, if the same names here, if I would have kept these names horizontally, let's see, Control C, and let's paste it down here. If the names are kept horizontally here, and I needed to pull the department for each of these, then I would have used a HLookup, since you're not these names, if they were kept horizontally. Okay, if these names are kept horizontally and I would have extracted, I would have used a HLookup. Okay, let's do an HLookup sum also. This is HLookup. So HLookup and Vlookup work exactly the same way. Only thing is, there my data has to be, in Vlookup my data has to be situated vertically, and here my data has to be situated horizontally. Okay, so I do a HLookup. HLookup, what does my lookup value become? It becomes ID. I need to look for ID, and I will fix my column since I am moving down the column. It is a good habit of using referencing, and shortcut for referencing is F and F4. Okay, then I have my table array. What is my table array? This table. I have to look from the table. Now can you see here, if my ID is my lookup value, in this table array in HLookup, the first row should be of the lookup value. The first row should be of the lookup value. So my ID is the first row. It is the same way. So I will select the entire table here. I will select the entire table here, and again fix it, please. Okay. Now row index number. What do I need to pull? I need to pull product. Product is again 1, 2 and 3. Third column is product. Third row is product. So I will write 3, and I want an exact match. So I will give 0. Okay. See, printer get pulled down for 104. ID 104 is printer. And if I pull down these, can you see 103 is mouse, 104 is again printer, and I get all my values. This is how Vlookup and HLookup work. Now let's see an approximate match case. Let's see an approximate match case. How does approximate match works? Suppose this is a data set, score and grade. I want to pull the grade for say score of 60. So what will I do? I will do a Vlookup. Because my data is situated vertically, I will do a lookup value. This lookup value is fixed. Okay. I will do a table, and my table array is this because score is the first column. And I'm looking for score. So score is my first column. Again fixing my table. Okay. Column index number. I want to pull the grade. Grade is in the second column. And I want an exact match. Suppose I want an exact match. So I will do a 60. And I get grade D for 60, which is correct. Now suppose I wanted value for 65. Suppose I wanted to see if a person is scoring 65, what is the grade he or she is getting. So see, for 65 I am not getting any answer. So then what we do, we do an approximate match. When my data here contained, my lookup value is not present in my data set, then we do an approximate match. So if I do a 1 year, then see what do I get? I get 60. I get a D. How does it work? Most of you must be thinking that the data is closer to 60, that is I am getting a D. Not the closest value. No, if I give 69 also, then also I get a D. But if you see, I give a 71, I get C. So it is not the closest value. Okay, it does not depend on the closest value. Let me explain you how does it work. This 69, the Vlookup will go and check, okay, my lookup value 69 is greater than 0. So, okay, F. Now lookup value 69 is greater than 60, D. Lookup value 69 is greater than 60, false. So, it will return me the last highest value. It will return me the last highest value which it had encountered true for. Okay, it will return. Again, let me remind you all, the range lookup 1 true approximate match will work for only data with, if you knew, data in ascending order. Okay, data in ascending order. Approximate, the values in the first column must be sorted in ascending order. So see, my data is sorted in ascending order. That is why it will return me the last highest value which it has encountered. And the last highest value which it has encountered is for grade D, that is 60. Okay, so it is returning me D because I want to pull the value D. I have given the column index number of 2. So this is how my approximate match of Vlookup and Hlookup works. Now tell me, if since here only there were say 3 columns of my data, so you could have given me you had given me the column, I have given the column number as 3. I have given the column. Say I have 50 columns of my data and I have to pull. What will I do? Will I go and count the columns and will I write the column number? It is not possible. It is not possible to. There may be chances of error. What comes into picture then is match. What comes into picture then is match. What does match work for? Match works for, it gives or returns the position of an element in an array. It returns the position of an element in an array. Okay. So suppose this is a data set. This is a data set and I want to find the position of white. I want to find the position of white. Can you see what is the white position? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is in the 4th row. How will I find the position of match? How will I use match to find the position? So write match. Can you see again its lookup value? So my lookup value becomes white because I have to look up the position of white in the table. And what is the lookup array? It is this data set. It is this data set. And match type, can you see now it is 3. 1, 0 and minus 1. 1 is for less than, 0 is for exact match and minus 1 is for greater than. So we need an exact match, so I will give 0. Okay. And see, I get a position of 4. This is how I get the position using match. Now there are two things in mind which we keep while there are two things in mind which we keep while using match. Firstly, match will work only for 1D arrays, only for one-dimensional arrays, 1D arrays. This is one thing which you need to keep in mind. It will work only for 1D arrays. And second thing is, there are 3 range lookups here. There are 3 range lookups. Match type. Match type is of 3 types. It is 1 is 0, then I have -1, and then I have 1. 0 is for exact match, which we have seen already. What is -1 for? See, if you had opened here, let's see again. What is -1 for? It is greater than, and 1 is for less than. So can you see, it finds the largest value that is less than or equal to the lookup value. Lookup array must be in ascending order. So 1 is when your lookup array is in ascending order. 1 is for lookup array in ascending order. Then it will give you an approximate match. Lookup array in ascending order, and this is for approximate match. And -1 is lookup array in descending order. Lookup array in descending order. Then it will do a approximate match. Okay, this is how our match. These 2 things which we have to keep in mind. Match will work only for 1D arrays. This can be justified also because match can return you the position of an element in an array. I told you it can return you the position of one element in an array. So in one, if I give it one array, it can give me one position. But if I give it 2 arrays, it needs to give me 2 coordinates. It needs to give me a column number, and it needs to give me a row number also. Suppose for red, it needs to give me B, and it needs to give me 6, B6, but it cannot give that. It can only return the position of one element in an array. In an array only it can return me the position. So very important, match will work only for 1D arrays. Okay. Next, let's see how this match can be used with Vlookup and Hlookup. Since we had given the column number here, let's automate this column number. Now I will not count this, but I will use my match over here. So how will I do? Vlookup. My lookup value becomes Carson. My lookup array is my lookup table array is this table entire, and I fix this. Okay. And my column index number, how will I find now? Match. And what is the lookup value? Lookup value is department. Lookup value is department. And lookup array is, where is department situated? It is situated in the first row. So I will select the lookup array as my header. Fix it. And what is the match type? I want an exact match. And in Vlookup also, range lookup, I want an exact match. So there are 2 times 0 I am placing. Okay, I am getting a reference error. Let's see what we have done. I am doing Vlookup. Okay, I have selected the first also ID, which is not to be selected. It has to be only my table column. B1. It has to be B1. Understood? Your header should also be selected from your header should also not start from ID. Now see, I get marketing. Okay, so this is how it works. It will first find my Carson, which is my lookup value. It will go and find it in the table array, and what value it has to return? It has to return the third column. So match will see match of department. Now, and in which array I have to find department? In first name, salary, and department. The department is C1, 2, and 3. Third position. We had given 3 and we want an exact match. So 0. Okay. And if you pull this formula down, it will work for. Okay, I am not getting values. Why I am not getting semi? Why did I not get values? There should be some reason why I am not getting values. There's a referencing error. See, when I am doing Vlookup in match, match value becomes marketing, which is wrong. Okay, so I need to obviously fix my department cell. This is very important. This is why I always say that referencing is very important. This is the reason. Now I get all the answers. Okay, referencing is very, very important in Excel. Next, come to in Hlookup also we can use the same way we can use match. Let's come to index now. What is index? How do we use index? Index is, I told you all, It is a position based extraction. So if I tell you I want the height of John, I tell you I want the height of John. Okay, how will I find it? Okay, you all say VLOOKUP, but let's use index now. So in index, see what is the first? It is array. Array means the entire table array. Array will mean the entire table array. Okay. Then it asks me for the row number. See what is John situated in row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So John is situated in the 5th row. And what do I want? I want the height. So height is in which column? 1, 2. It is in the second column. So I have given the row number and the column number. Okay. And I get the height. See, corresponding height of John is 5.5. Is it a good function or bad function? Obviously, I have to specify row number, column number. I am counting. It is a bad function. How can we automate it? Obviously, we can use a match over here. We can use a match in index. And when we use match with index, all our VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP limitations can be overcome. VLOOKUP cannot look left. It will not look left. It will not look the array towards it. Suppose if I wanted to pull ID from here, we could not have done this. But this can be overcome by using index. Okay, this can be overcome by using index. Index will select the entire table because it's a position based instruction. So index, and then for 5 I will give match, and my row number, what is my lookup value? It is John. It is John. And in that lookup array is what? It will be this array. I was going and counting John from here, and I want an exact match. I want an exact match. Close. Okay, then also I get, and for column number also I will write this only, match. My lookup value now becomes height. What is the lookup array? It is this. It will count here. I was counting here, name, height. Height is the second column. So lookup array and match type 0. Exact match. Okay. See, I get 5.5. Now if I write Mia over here, see, I get 5.8. Okay. If I do a mark over here, this is automated. It is 6 now. Okay. So this is how my index, my match, my VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP will work. And VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP limitations are overcome by index. Index match makes it a very, very useful function. It is more useful than VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. Okay. Now let's do this question. Let's cover all this. Do this with both VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match. Whatever we have studied will apply over here. What I have to do? This is a data set, roll number, name, maths, English, computer and social studies of some students. This is the roll number and these are the marks obtained by them in some test. Okay. And I need to pull the marks of Anu, say. I need to pull the marks of Anu and I need to pull the roll number. Everything I need to pull. So let's see using VLOOKUP, how do we do it? If I do a VLOOKUP, what does my lookup value become? My lookup value is Anu. I'll fix this. And what is my table array? It will obviously start from the name column because the first column should be of the lookup value. I'll fix this table. Then column index number. Now what we'll use? We'll use match. Match is used. And what is the lookup value now? Maths. It is maths. And what will be fixed? My row will be fixed because we will drag down along the row. We'll copy the formula along the row. And what will be my lookup array? It will be this. Okay. It will be this. Again it is fixed. Match type exact match and VLOOKUP exact match. Okay. See, Anu's maths marks is 86. If I go and pull this, can you see I get all? I get the computer marks, I get the English marks, though the order was not same, but since I have used match, I will get everything. Okay. And then I will not get roll number. This is what is the limitation of VLOOKUP. It will not look left. It will not see because my table array starts from roll number, from name. It will not find roll number. It does not have the roll number column in the table array. So how do we overcome this? We can use index instead of this. There's one more method of using Hlookup and Vlookup, which we'll discuss in the next class, when we overcome the limits of the Hlookup and Vlookup for duplicates. Now we can see they are working only on non-duplicate rows and columns, but we'll see how that limitation is also overcome. Now we'll use index. The array will be, I told you it is a full table always, and fix it. Okay, then I have to give my row number. In row number, what will I give? What is situated in row? First, let's identify what is situated in row. Is Anu situated row wise? See, 1, 2, 3. I need to calculate Anu. I need to calculate the row number of Anu. So I will, in my match, my lookup value will be Anu. Okay, and she is fixed. And what will be my lookup array? It will be from the name column. Okay, this is my lookup array, and it is a match of exact type. And then what do I need to find? I need to give the column number. Again, I use a match. By my lookup value, it will be maths. And again, only the row will be fixed. Okay, what is the lookup array? It will be the first header column. I need to find the position. So maths will be in the, say, third column, and Anu will be in the third row. Then it will give me 86. I need to fix my array, and then I want an exact match. Okay, it gives me 86. Now let's see dragging this formula. See, I get the roll number also. I get the roll number also. So this is the difference. This is how the limitation of Vlookup and Hlookup is overcome by index and match. Very automated functions and very useful functions, but please make sure you have referencing done, you have your lookup values properly, and you understand the arguments very properly and how and where to use it. Okay, that's very important. Thank you.